Hi guys, day 2 done. Yay. I feel good. It feels good to work out again. It was actually a leg workout that I did for my own personal journey. It is really good for inner and outer thigh, quads, butt, and calves. So it's basically we're working the whole lower body. So anybody that has weak glute muscles, this workout is good for that. It has one exercise specifically for that. And then the other exercises, you're getting your quads and you're getting your glutes too, depending on how far you go down in any type of movement. We're going to have modifications too in this workout. So if you can't do some of the things, I'll show some modifications. It's a really good workout. I got a good pump in my legs. So hope you guys like it. If you do, give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys next time. Okay, first we have sumo squat jumps, and I did 3 supersets of these with stationary pop squats. And a superset is back to back, so you do this exercise and the next exercise, and then you get to rest. And this was 10 pounds, 10 reps, and these are the stationary pop squats, 10 reps. And with both of these exercises, it's very important to keep your chin up, chest up, and your back flat. So you want to make sure that you're not bending at your lower back. Your back should be flat and you should be arched up. And make sure you stretch in between if you feel like your legs are tight. And right here, I wasn't holding on to anything, so if you want to do a little extra and work on your balance too, you can do it this way. And what you're trying to do with the stretch is to pull your foot up and really get that knee going back. And you can always hold on to something if you need to. So here I use the mirror. You can use anything to hold on to just so you don't have to balance yourself. This is the second set. And on both of these exercises, what you're trying to do is keep your knees open so it hits your inner thigh. It hits your quads too, but keeping those knees open is what's going to hit your inner thigh. And if you don't feel your inner thigh when you're doing these, you just might need to push your knees out a little bit more. Another thing to look for too is if you're not feeling your inner thigh is make sure that your toes aren't out farther than your knees, because sometimes it's easy to get your toes out and have your knees kind of come in a little bit, and that kind of twists your knee joint. You always want to have your knees going in the same direction as your toes. So if you watch here, if you look at my toes, they're probably like about a 45-degree angle. So if you get your toes turned out too far, like wider than that, and you're not real flexible, it's going to be really hard to push your knees out as open or as wide as they need to be to feel your inner thigh. And this is the third and last set of the stationary pop squats. And the modification is on the right here. All you have to do is just step out to the side and squat. So if you have bad knees and the jumping hurts your knees or your back, take the impact out by just stepping to the side and squatting. 3 supersets are stiff-legged deadlifts and crossover lunges. And there's really not much of a modification for this other than just don't use any weight. And you want to make sure that you keep your chin up and back flat with these. You can hold the dumbbell either way, the first way or this way, whichever feels more comfortable. But the most important thing with these is to make sure you keep your head up. Our bodies tend to follow where we look, so if you start to look down, you're going to lose the flatness in your back, and your back's going to round, and you can put pressure on your lower back that way. So you want to make sure you keep your chin up, back flat, and that you're rotating at your hips and not your lower back. And next up are the crossover lunges. And with these, what we're trying to do is you're taking the leg that's stepping forward, you're trying to step over across the other leg. I don't know if that made sense or not, but a regular lunge, you just step forward and go down. These you're actually trying to cross in front of your other leg. And when you do that too, you want to make sure you're keeping your hips straight. So you're not going in the same direction as your foot. Your foot's kind of crossing over. You want to make sure that you keep your hips straight. And this is the second set of the stiff-legged deadlifts. And again, you want to make sure that you keep your chin up. This is a little bit different angle. Your chin stays up. You're not trying to touch the ground with the dumbbell. You're trying to get a contraction in your glutes. And here's from the side view. So if you watch, you can see how I'm rotating at my hips and not my lower back. And again, don't think of lowering the dumbbell, because sometimes when you start to think that, you lose the flatness in your back and your back starts to round, because you made the goal about touching the floor with the dumbbell and not about feeling your butt. So this is the second set of crossovers. And again, it's important to keep your back flat on these two. If you do look down, make sure that you keep your back and your chest up. Again, same with these or any exercise that we do tend to follow where we look. So if you're looking down, just make sure your chin is kind of staying up. Make sure your back is staying up. And this is the third superset. And when you're doing these, I don't know if you notice, as I'm going down, my weight shifts to my heels. You won't be able to see it now, but as you're going down, you're thinking of rotating at your hips, feeling a stretch in the back of your legs, and it's almost like your butt, okay, we'll be able to see it here. Your butt kind of goes back a little bit and the weight shifts to the back of your heels, and that's what gives you a really good stretch. So your toes are actually kind of light, and you're really trying to get a stretch in your hamstrings, and when you come up to the top, you're trying to get a squeeze in your butt. And this is the last and final set of the crossover lunges. You can see from a different angle here. It almost looks like from this angle, the leg that's going forward is in front of the knee on the other leg. So in a modification for these would just be regular lunges. Regular lunges are a little bit easier than these are. These take a little bit more strength and a little bit more balance, because your point of balance is narrower. And the last thing for this workout were standing one leg calf raise. And you can find anything to stand on that will allow your heel to stretch down. And if you can't find anything, then you can just do them off the floor, like the modification here. If you do them off the floor, make sure that you stretch really good afterwards, because sometimes not getting that stretch like here, your calves will tighten up and they need to be stretched out. Either way, they need to be stretched out. But this is 3 sets back and forth of 10 reps. So I did 10 on one side, 10 on the other side, back and forth for 3 sets. I only am going to show 1 set here, but I did 3 sets total. So anyway, this is the last part of the workout, and again, don't forget to stretch when you're done. If you rest your toe upon something like this and keep your legs straight and you want to push your butt in. If your butt sticks out, you're not going to feel the stretch, so you want to push your butt in close to whatever you're holding on to. It's a really good workout. I got a good pump in my legs, so hope you guys like it. If you do, give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys next time. Anyway, just wanted to tell you guys, I'm scared I'm going to be really sore. See you guys later.